If you want legendary service,
If you want sweeter discounts, shop bundling with insurance.
Save by bundling auto and home with Insurance.
Hey guys, if you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast with everything you need all in one place. Let me explain. Anchor has the tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. When hosting on Anchor, you can distribute your podcast on listening platforms like Spotify, Apple Podcast, and more. And trust me guys, it works. It's everything you need to make a podcast all in one place. And the best of all, it is totally free. Yes, totally free. So download the Anchor app today or go to anchor.fm to get started. Oh, now it's going.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Oh, no, it's all good. With your slow-ass Wi-Fi.
Yeah, or no Wi-Fi.
Well, I mean, I guess the no Wi-Fi.
It just started doing this yesterday. I don't know.
But it took so long, I got sleepy.
What?
So you took so long, I about got tired.
I'm sorry.
Sleepy. Oh, no, you're good. You're good. I was wondering what was taking forever. I was like, damn, does it really take that long?
No, I never had an app load or take that long to load. I don't know.
'Cause who are you with? Verizon or
Straight Talk, so it's just like through Walmart.
straight up? Could
Just
be why. I mean, the is there 5G over there in the town that you're at?
it's LTE.
Well, I mean, either way, LTE shouldn't have taken that long.
Maybe it's my phone going downhill. What could it? Because even
What phone do you have?
iPhone 10.
You still have the 10? Wow.
I like
mean,
to live in the past, okay?
it's going strong. I mean, I got the 14 Pro Max, so
Dang, I was looking at one. I wanted one, but all
I
right.
got it for 300 with T-Mobile.
Oh, yeah.
That's
No.
why I did it. I'm like, because if regular price, I'm like, I'm not spending that pretty penny. I mean, granted, I guess I'm financing it, but I'm like, 1,000. Well, the one that I got would have been 1,300 a month, and I was doing the math. I'm like, well, I think it was like 50 a month. I'm
Um.
like, I don't know if I really want to be doing that. But then once I saw, hey, trading, if you've already paid half of your old phone off, you can trade in for the new one, and you as a full new thing. I'm like, oh, I was about halfway, so I'm like, oh, okay, and because of the deal, I
Mhm.
got about 1,000 off. So, and it's only think less than $10 a month. So I'm like, I'll do that.
All
I
right.
would rather do that than the 50 a month.
Yeah, I would too. But I've always just stuck to the no contract, straight talk. So I've never had those deals, which kind of sucks. But
Yeah, I mean, it all just depends. I mean, I have T-Mobile,
yeah.
so it all just depends on the person. I mean, I wouldn't mind using Straight Talk or uh T-Mobile prepaid.
Mhm.
Um, but I don't know. I've liked where if I want a phone, it's not like I have to save the money to buy that new phone,
Yeah.
like full price. So I'd like if I can finance it, because again, if I can find a great deal, trade in my old phone and then finance it, I'll be okay like that rather than like in your case, you have the iPhone 10 and you're like, well, if I sell it, I can't sell it for
Yeah.
even 500. I mean, you could probably sell it for 300, and then right there, it's like you're
Yeah. And plus, my phone has never failed me. I have dropped it, like thrown it on accident, and it's still not cracked or anything. So.
damn. I mean, that's how my 13 Pro Max was. The only thing it had was maybe some scuff marks on the edges, but the screen was fine, no scratches, nothing. Because I always keep a screen protector.
Mhm.
My back cameras, nothing. Everything was good, and
Yeah.
so I was like, fuck it. I, I told my girlfriend it irritates me when people don't take care of their electronics. Like when I see them throw it and shit, I'm like, no, no.
At me at the gym. I'm
Yeah,
so
with at the gym, I like place it down slowly, or if I might just keep it in my pocket. But I'm like, I will see people just, oh, they pick a song, boom, just throw it. I'm like, no, cause what if you drop the weight on it? That shit's done. Even if
yeah,
it's a 5 pound weight, it's done.
that's true. That's true. I make sure it's out of the way, but when I drop it between sets, I just hopefully it lives. So bad. I know.
I can't do that. What made you move to Idaho, the potato
Um,
state?
the potatoes. I'm actually dating someone named Spud.
Well, I mean, when I said I was trying to make sure you were all active, because
Mhm.
I'm like, you know what? 'Cause I was again. I mean, I want to say my podcast. I guess you can still say it's relatively new. I started it June or July of this year, and it was like one of those things where people are like, "Oh, hey, congratulations. Yeah, I'll go on it for like the first 3 episodes," and then it just like dies down because they're like, like they don't like most people don't think you're gonna stick to it.
Yeah,
I didn't even think I was gonna stick to it. And so, I mean, I've gotten a lot of rejections, a lot of just red messages delivered. So I'm like, I just went through Facebook. I'm like, okay, who the hell can I text? And I just kept going. I'm like, let me see if Riley. I mean, I know she has a boyfriend, but I just want to make sure if everything's okay.
no, he
And like
lives
it
on
says,
so
and when I was like when I went through your Facebook, I'm like, I mean, just making sure you were still active, because that's probably why a lot of people that I wanted to get leave me on delivered, because they probably don't have Messenger downloaded. I mean, they probably barely use Facebook or Instagram a lot. So I'm like, well, who can I try to get? And I'm like, well, I know everyone uses TikTok, so like, let me look her up on TikTok.
yeah.
Bam, caught you. I'm like, okay, cool. She has good amount of likes, so that's how I know she is still active. And I saw your recent one was from a couple days ago. I'm like, okay, so she's still active.
Yeah.
Let me
I
be a
didn't
smart
die.
ass.
Still here.
I'm like, let me be a smart ass and comment. Remember to wash your hands.
It took me so long to realize. I was like, what? I was so confused. And then Spud looked at it. He's like, the sign on the mirror says "wash your hands, dummy," and I was like, oh yeah. So
You
I
didn't
was
even know. You didn't think that was me?
well, I didn't know. I didn't understand what you were referencing in my TikTok. That's what.
Well, I know, but the account,
Oh,
you didn't
I
know that it was me?
once I viewed it, I was like, oh yeah,
And once I sent you a message, I'm like, I'm the one that
yeah,
did this on your TikTok.
yeah. No, it all clicked. But I
Yeah, but
used to get a lot of likes on my TikToks, not anymore.
it's just, I mean, it's the algorithm. It's just, I mean, it just depends on what you're gonna put out there. I mean,
Yeah, that's true.
just like with the podcast, average, I get like 4 listens, but sometimes I think it's Adams, Adam Moreno's.
Mm.
I think his got like 15, 17, and I'm like, where the hell did this come from? And then the next one was like 4, and then the next one was like 11. So
Mm.
I'm like, it's confusing,
Yeah, it just
but
depends.
because last time we've seen each other was when you left Walmart to go to Murdoch's. How did that go? How was Murdoch's?
Oh man, I'm glad I like Walmart kind of, but I'm glad I left. Murdoch was like a really good opportunity for me. I did really well and I liked my job and I found out I'm a really good people person and I have good communication skills. Like, because a lot of people would come to me for like dress like dress recommendations. So
Hmm.
I was able to help them out, and then I was able just to like get on a more personal connection because I like to
Hmm.
talk and people like to listen. And so that was good. And then I worked there till I went to college, my sophomore year. Sorry, I just got a text.
Oh
Anyways,
no, you're good.
so then I quit. I worked there for 8 months. Then I went to Cheyenne, Wyoming for college. Got my associates in psychology there. And then I worked at a furniture Western store there, and also I was like a barn manager for this guy with like some really expensive horses.
Shit.
Yeah, it was really cool. I
A
liked it.
barn manager? Look at the motherfucker.
I know. A car pusher to a barn manager.
But leveling up, I see.
And then I ended up coming back home to Nebraska, like Scottsbluff, and then I was a pharmacy technician during the summer until I moved to Idaho.
Where at? Like, where for pharmacy tech?
The
Or was
inpatient,
that cut off?
the farm, or oh my goodness, the hospital inpatient pharmacy.
Mm.
Yeah.
Out of all those jobs, which one did you like the most?
Honestly, the pharmacy tech job.
Really? Why didn't you stick to it?
Well, I wanted to be a pharmacy tech up in Idaho, but nobody was hiring like in the inpatient setting. So I became a CNA.
That's what you're doing over there right now? CNA?
Yeah.
Are
It's really
you
good work, but oh gosh.
are you more of like the morning CNA?
Mhm.
Yeah. 12-hour shifts or no?
No, 8 hours. But today I had to
Oh.
work 10 hours because I'm too nice.
Because I remember a lot of people back in Bluffs when, in a way, they'd kind of make that their identity. When they'd say, "Oh yeah, I had to work a 12-hour shift like 5 days in a row," and it's like from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. Like, ooh,
Yeah.
okay. uh, I never got to the health part of that. I worked at Walgreens, and when I had to cashier-ish in a way, kind of just help them in the window and shit like that, I would look at all the medicines. I would look at the computers. I'm like, I don't know what the hell any of this means. Like the
Yeah.
medicine wise. Like people would ask me, so how many doses am I supposed to take? What's this? Or I know my doctor recommended me getting a different medication. Like, is it this and blah blah blah. I'm like, God, I don't even know how to fucking pronounce this. Like, I don't know. Like, you're asking the wrong person. I don't know.
Yeah. I used to get made fun of for how I had pronounced some of the medicines, and I'm like, I'm sorry.
Hell, for the longest time for like ibuprofen, when I saw how when I first saw the word, I'm like, how does that make sense of calling it ibuprofen?
Yeah.
Like,
And then you got the brand names, and then you got like the actual names, and like in the hospital, the pharmacists want you to use like the real name, and then the nurses all use the brand name. So like they'll ask you for like, I don't know, like ibuprofen. They'll say like, can we have some ibuprofen? And I'll be like, you mean acetaminophen? Or like, I don't even know if that's the right one. But anyways, like you get it. Like there was no
hmm
difference between like communication, which was kind of confusing, but it's okay.
with your time there, because you know how bad rep that hospital gets in Scottsbluff. Uh, like did you have a good time there? I mean, other than your work, like just the
Yeah,
people there.
I had really good coworkers. I loved them. Like they made the job. And then the pharmacists, like, yeah, they have like a higher degree and they have been to school a lot longer and they get paid a lot more. But they like still treat us like they treated all this techs as equals, which I really liked.
It wasn't like because I have a higher degree and I like this person
Yeah.
more. They're kind of the ones I care about the most, and you new people,
Yeah.
no.
And I think they had a different connection with us than like say doctors do with nurses. Like doctors are more
Mhm.
high up and boss nurses around. But like for
Mhm.
techs and pharmacists, like we worked equal. I don't know. That's what I really liked.
That's how it was at Walgreens too. The techs and the pharmacists. There, some pharmacy techs were cool. Some were kind of bitchy.
Um,
Some, but most were cool. The same with the pharmacists. The pharmacists were
mhm.
no, they were cool. And then after Walgreens, I went to Target, and I was fulfillment, so like OGP in a way. And it wasn't bad, but they care about the numbers way too much. And not only that, but um, a lot of the people that were in fulfillment, just like high school, you have your own little groups of high school where you got the popular kids, you got the sports kids, you got the band nerds and shit like that. That's how it
Mhm.
was there. You had basically the popular coworkers, the one that not only were friends with each other, but were friends with management. So everyone was chill there if you were in that group. But if you weren't, then it's a different story. So it was, and that was most of them. So unless you were in their group, you were kind of just left out. Like really, they didn't give a shit about you in a way.
Dang. That's
And so, yeah, and because I mean, my most of them were like college students, college high school students,
mm-hmm.
and a good chunk of them were girls. So it's not like, I was gonna try to be friends with girls. I mean, that'd be a little bit weird,
Yeah.
especially since I also have a girlfriend. So that'd be a little bit weird if I tried to be friends with them. But even the guys, they were, I guess, in a way, kind of like a little cocky too. Kind of like, yeah, we're friends with the girls. Like,
Yeah.
you're not cool like us. Like, don't even talk to me. It's like, bro, you work at Target.
I
Chill.
hate when people bring like that high school dynamic into like adult life. Like it's
I
supposed.
know. Especially when it's like one of the lower end tiers. Like if you're like just a regular associate, all of us, it's like relax. We all get paid the same, dude. Like
Mhm.
chill. Like I could understand if maybe you're a manager, kind of have that empowerment, but you get paid 15 just like I do.
Yeah.
Chill.
Yeah.
And
And like from a customer point of view, they don't care like where you rank. They just want your help.
yeah,
They don't.
yeah.
Yeah.
It because some customers can be like that where they want the manager to explain what you just explained to them, and some say, you're knowledgeable, you know what you're saying, I trust you, even though you're an associate.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm trying to get my real estate license. Um, and so when I was talking, because again I work back at Walmart only because of the flexibility, and because again I didn't mind the job at Target. Um, the people were but it was when they were scheduling me, because it was anywhere from either 4 in the morning, so 4 a.m. to 12:30, or 6 a.m. to 2:30, and I'm like, I'm up early as hell, and on my day off, it doesn't feel like a day off, because I know, even like if my body's so used to waking up early, I wake up at 5:36 a.m.
Mhm.
I'm gonna be tired by 8 p.m., 9 p.m., or even 7, and I'm like, well, it doesn't feel like a full day, because I know I have to be up by 3 to shower and everything and then leave. So I didn't really like how my days off were.
Yeah.
And yeah, so, and because I mean, if I want to, for my real estate license, being once I'm an agent and whatnot, um, if my get closing positions, and but then because then if my job is flexible with that, I can spend a majority of the day, obviously trying to get business, and then go work just so I have money for bills,
Yeah. I
compared
like
to
the
if
study
I'm like,
though.
yeah, I mean, compared to if I'm like 4 to 12:30 or 6 to 2:30, it's like, yes, I can try to make business once I'm off of work, but most people, it's gonna, I'll have a better time to get people. I mean, I guess I can get them when I'm off of work, when they're off work too, around
Yeah.
like 4 or 5. but a lot of people just want to get home, cook, do whatever they need to. They kind of don't want, and they don't want anything to do with
Yeah.
people sometimes. So it's like, I guess in a way you can win lose maybe. I don't know, but it's
And
one of
I think
those things.
exerting your energy in like something that you actually want to be successful is important.
Yeah, because it's not like a job where, yes, you can put your heart and soul, but then you got to remind yourself, I'm getting paid is the same as everyone, and a lot of these people aren't putting the same amount of work that I am. So, like some like to me, it's like let me dial it down a little. Like let me not be the hard ass, the try hard, because we all get paid the same, and it only makes me look, it makes us look good, not me. Makes us look good if that one person is trying the hardest. And
Mm-hmm.
so I'm like, if I know my hard work will pay off, is when, I mean, you got to work for yourself. So if I know it'll pay off,
Yeah.
let me get a career where it can pay off. And
Mhm.
if I've had that customer relationship through retail, I'm like
Yeah.
going into real estate, I know how to create that relationship with clients because I've had to deal with it in retail compared to, because I've talked to some people, and some joined in their 40s, 50s, late
Mhm.
30s, and they're like, "Oh yeah, I've already worked in real estate. I was a property manager for this apartment complex. I was an appraiser." So they've already been in that side, but
Mhm.
they haven't really had the one-on-one customer experience
Yeah.
that is like the number one key when it comes to real estate, because you may know the back end, but how do you create that relationship?
Yeah, and that's the most important thing. Like, if
Yeah,
you want to sell a
because
house, you have to
yeah,
obviously have a relationship. So.
because if you can't build that relationship with the client, if let's say you know how to do everything else, you know how to give them the info of the appraisals, the rates, everything, because that, let's say that was your job before, but you don't know how to create a relationship, they might say, well, we'll talk with this person who is caring to help us, because they know how to create that relationship, and then send them over to the title company, to the bank or whatever, rather than this person that only knows that end but doesn't know how to create a relationship. I don't know. I mean, that's, and plus a lot of those type of people, they are used to like high paychecks, so that a lot of them are used to, they're only there for the paycheck, for that commission check, because
Yeah.
if you're gonna make an easy 7-8K check selling this one house, it's gonna show. Some
Yeah.
clients, more clients are gonna see it when you're doing it for the money. They're gonna read it
Oh
quickly.
yeah.
They're gonna
They
see it,
can't.
and
I don't know.
that'll
They can
kill you.
connect with the house if you can't connect with them, kind of thing.
Because if, again, um, if you create that customer relationship, help them like they're your best friend, saying, I want a house that's like this, like you're helping them find a house and whatever, and then you can do that. Or as a seller point, you want to help someone sell the house. It's like, okay, well, who are the types of people that we can attract with this house and whatnot? And I mean, I don't know.
How long is it gonna take for you to get your real estate license or
Well,
service?
it kind of depends on the person. The classes, I average is like 2 to 4 months.
Oh.
If you do it online, you can, at your own pace, and then you pass the classes, and then after passing the classes, you then have to study for the test. You have two tests: the general real estate and then the state specified real estate. And it's your first time, it's $300 because you have to register with the commission. You have to get like your fingerprints and everything, because they see that as a professional license.
Yeah.
Like, teachers were there. Like when I went, I had two teachers that were there because they also had to get a license. So that 150 goes to the fingerprints. The other 150 goes to the test. And every time you fail the test, you have to pay 150 every single time to
Mm.
retake the test.
So study.
And yeah, and so that's what I mean. I failed the first time. only because I was so excited. I just kind of rushed into it. I
Mm.
really, I, I learned, but I didn't really learn.
Mm.
So when it came to the test, I, I didn't do as bad as I thought, but I wasn't close to passing.
Do you have to go through the classes again or no?
Oh no, you just have to pay the 150 fee to the commission, and then you just go retake the test.
Oh, okay.
And
When do you retake it?
well, I have to pay the 150 first,
Oh, well,
because
yeah.
I've been trying to just study a lot. Because once I got this one program that a lot of people use, I realized, damn, I shouldn't have rushed quick into this.
Yeah.
Because even now, I still get bad scores. I'm like, shit. But I'm more confident this time than before. Because before, no, my first couple of times I was doing shit. I'm like, yeah, this is probably why I shouldn't just have been
Yeah,
too excited and gone.
that's okay. At least you learned, and now you'll learn more because you have to.
Yeah, and I mean, it's kind of what I want to do, because I've said this before in other episodes. My goal is to be a millionaire by the age of 30, which my birthday will be like the 24th of February. So account to that. Uh, like that gives me what, 8 years now,
You're gonna be
and
22.
22 in February. And so I'm like, how can I do it? Because college wasn't for me. No matter, even though my GPA was high,
Yeah.
college just wasn't for me. I mean,
I
um,
I don't like college either, but I have to.
I mean, I kind of just went in because I went in. I didn't. I chose computer science as my major at UNL, but
Mm,
again, I just kind of went just to go. I didn't.
yeah.
It was interesting, but I wasn't really learning.
Yeah, and that's a lot of money just to
Yeah,
have experience.
yeah,
So are you
it,
living in Lincoln then, or like
yeah,
Illinois? Oh,
yeah,
Lincoln.
Lincoln. Yeah, temporarily, because because my girlfriend, she goes to Southeast, the community college here, and um, once I get my license, I wanna not only, obviously, be an agent here, learn real estate, so then I can obviously invest in real estate. But once I have that money, we can move to Colorado. We'll try to get my license in Colorado too, so then I'm
Okay.
licensed both in Nebraska and Colorado.
Yeah,
And
that'd be.
and so then if I ever want to buy anything in Lincoln, because of, UNL, the Huskers football, which, I mean, they suck ass, but the Huskers volleyball. I mean,
Yeah.
if I can buy a condo downtown,
Mhm.
Airbnb it, how many people would rather get that than get a
Then.
hotel?
Oh yeah.
Because they have everything, and they're walking distance to the college, closer distance, and on game days, you can just Uber to wherever you need to. I mean, you can do that with a hotel too, but it's gonna be pricier.
Some people like the privateness of an Airbnb
Yeah,
too.
yeah. I mean,
Question: This is. Are you
what?
still with Trinity?
Yeah,
Okay, good.
yeah, I'm still with her.
Good. I thought so, but
Yeah, we're like, I think 2.5 years strong.
yeah, because it was you guys started dating at Walmart, right?
Yep, that. And I always give her shit because my first words to her were, Daniel's a dick.
Oh, I remember him. Oh, jeez.
Yeah, last I heard of him, he's a store lead at Walmart, I think in Beatrice.
Oh,
I think last I heard, but that was when he left. Because when we left, I think either like a couple weeks, maybe a month, maybe before we left, he left for that position.
did I leave before you guys?
You left, yeah, you left before we did.
Okay.
Uh, but he left. couple weeks, a month maybe, before we left to Lincoln, and yeah, I mean that was our very first words were Daniel's a dick, and she said, you know what? He is.
For some reason, he really liked me, but he also made fun of me for being a hick.
he made fun of you for being a hick?
Yeah, like one time I went in off of work and I was just wearing like my boots and like my heavy coat that's like Western, I guess. And he's like,
Mm-hmm.
"What are you doing? Going to chase cows?" I was like, "What?" That one.
You're like, no, that was this morning. No, just kidding.
Yeah, for real. Like,
uh, my girlfriend, her funniest moment with about him. Um, do you remember Cameron?
is he a leader? No.
No, he was a cart. But I think he
Oh, no, no,
was.
no. I do.
I was like he was about maybe my height, maybe a little bit
Yeah.
taller, brown kid. Yeah, yeah. Him. I think she said she was Daniel went to talk to them for something. I guess, and it was about a designer, the guy who made Panda, like the song Panda.
Yeah.
And she said that he started singing it. He put the song on, and he started singing it to them, or something around that nature.
I believe that.
I was like, what the fuck? I was like, what the?
Literally, though, if you go into Walmart in Scottsbluff, all the same people are there. It seems like. Like
Really?
front end, like I don't know. See, I can't even remember her names right now. But Kim, she's still there. Literally all the front leads from the leads, team leads are
Mm-hmm.
still for cashiering. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't
it,
you
it.
go.
I know you're good. It's weird. When I don't know why, but the vibe in that store to me is weird now. Maybe it's because most of the people I worked with aren't there anymore or something, but I don't know. Last time we went there, to just the Panhandle,
Mhm.
um, I don't know. Like I went into Walmart and I'm like, I just have a gut feeling like I shouldn't even be in here anymore. I don't know why. Like,
No, I get that. Okay, like not all the same people, but like all the older people are still there.
yeah, I mean, I know a lot of the people that I worked with, most if not all, are gone. I mean, because did you hear? Were you there when Karen got fired?
No, that happened right after I left.
Oh, but you know the story though, right?
Not really.
Oh, well, in shorter terms, let's just say, I think she thought someone was stealing,
Oh.
even though they weren't, and so she followed them to their car, legit followed them to the car, took picture. I think Cameron took pictures of the license plate, either she did or Cameron did, and she kept accusing the guy, hey, you're stealing, blah blah blah, and I guess the cops were called, and he took out the receipt and said, look, I wasn't stealing, and you know the cop checked whatever, and then obviously because of stuff like that they have to report it. Then I think either the next day or the next couple of days, Karen got pulled in to get talked to about that, and Karen lied and said that Anne told her on the walkie saying, hey, I have a suspicion this guy is stealing, even though Anne said no because Karen followed the guy
Mm.
out to the car, and so because of that, and I forgot who it was that pitched in and said no, Anne's innocent. Like I watched it all because they were gonna believe Karen. They were gonna believe Karen and fire Anne.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, but I forgot who it was that stepped in and said no, I saw everything. It was Karen that went out there and whatever, and so because of that, they walked Karen out.
Dang.
Yeah, it was.
Regardless of that situation, I really liked Karen.
I she was like our mother. I mean,
Yeah, she was.
because when you get her pissed, you know she's pissed,
Mm.
and
And
when
you
she
can be
likes you,
like
you can tell.
her side. Is Cassandra still there? Probably not.
She's the one I hate the most. I believe so. She hates me too.
Oh, she's funny.
I hate
She'd
her.
give me hugs every day, but some days she'd be like super angry, and I'm like, she'd take it out on me on accident. I'm like, I'm sorry, dude.
I think she just hates men because last time I saw her, she just gave me the nastiest look.
Really?
I was like, the fuck? Like, what did I do?
And
Like, I just do not like her. I hate Cassandra.
we did so much for that store.
It
I don't even know how they survived without us. No, I'm just kidding.
honestly, I feel like during when all of us were there, like not just you and I, but just everyone that we have met when we were all there, that was just like the OG crew. That was just what made working fun.
Yeah.
Because if you know who's closing, you're like, oh fuck yeah,
Mhm.
we're gonna not do shit. Like we're gonna fucking have some fun.
Yeah.
And
Then it
as
just kind
people,
of got more serious and not so fun.
and as people kept leaving, like all the good people started leaving, and they just slowly started getting some new people. And again, I mean, even though new people, we'd have fun, but then just slowly just kept leaving, and stuff changed, and then it just kind of went downhill. And then we moved, and we still keep in contact with a buddy that still works there, and he said that it's not the same anymore.
Who is it?
It's Dylan. You don't know him,
No.
but um he said it's not the same anymore.
Hmm.
It's he said he's a cart pusher. He just goes there, does his thing, and goes home.
That's
It's
like
not like how it was before.
I think work should be a little bit of fun because like you spend time doing it. But
Yeah, I mean,
at the same time, my work's sometimes not fun, so I have no room to talk.
it happens. I mean, fucking there. Remember Jesus?
Mhm.
Motherfucker would get high during breaks.
Yeah.
Like, and he'd tell me, he's like, I won't smoke like ever. Like, I'm done. I promised. I promise you, Marco, I won't smoke. That same fucking day, he comes to me. He's like, I broke our promise because I'm super high right now. I'm like, this fucking motherfucker.
That's bluff
Like,
for you.
have you been keeping up with the news? What the fuck is going on over there?
Like recent, or like in the past 6 months? Because the past 6 months, there's been wild things going on, like shootings.
Recent to 6 months, like, and just all of that. I see it and I'm like, what the hell happened?
Oh, yeah, it's bad.
Shootings, a lot of drug arrests,
Mhm.
DUIs, sexual assault, rape. Like what the hell is going on?
Buffalo is not a safe town,
Uh-uh.
and they don't even like report half, or like they don't put in the news half the stuff that happens.
hmm
But no, so sometimes I feel guilty for leaving because it's like home, but at the same time, I'm like, I gotta do my own thing. So
Just wait until you are fully away, like fully away. Maybe maybe a year. Then you might start realizing, hey, you know what? Leaving was good, but it all depends on the person. I mean,
I don't know. I really miss my family, but it's alright.
I was legit gonna say it depends on the person because if you're a family oriented person, more than likely they're gonna move back. But it, I mean,
Yeah,
it
but
it
like
depends.
my boyfriend doesn't want to move to Nebraska, so I'm convincing him maybe Wyoming because it's a little bit closer. We'll
'Cause
see.
where did he was I can't speak. Where was he originally from?
He's from Colorado, Meeker, Colorado.
Colorado. What the hell is he doing in Idaho?
He got a job.
Oh, should just stayed in Colorado. That shit.
But
That's a beautiful
paid,
state.
he's getting paid really well, so and it's good.
I guess. I mean,
And I just followed him around and cleaned the house for him and cooked for him. No, I'm just kidding. But I'm still doing online school, so we're good.
What are you doing online school for?
Psychology.
So is it for your bachelor's?
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh
Through
man,
who?
almost dying. It's alright. Say that again.
Through who? Like through?
Shadron.
Oh, you went to Chadron?
Yeah. Because technically, I still get in-state because I lived there at the beginning of the year.
Ooh, lucky, lucky.
I know.
Wait, so how recent did you move to Idaho?
Like 2 months ago.
Oh, so this is like freshly new.
Yeah. Very fresh. And then funny thing, right before I moved here, I had appendicitis, and so I got my appendix removed.
Ooh.
And I waited a week to recover, and then I moved up here, and so I couldn't lift anything for like 6 weeks. So my boyfriend had to lift all my stuff in the house.
Ooh.
So it worked out in my favor, but not his favor.
I had appendicitis my freshman year of high school. Huh. I got it during the middle of a basketball game. Like it was weird because that day I was just fine. It was against Layton as well. I was just fine. Like nothing was hurting. I was just in a normal day. Went home, ate some steak. Didn't eat a lot because obviously you don't want to
Yeah.
puke. So just whatever. Still felt normal. And as the day just went, like I don't know, just I was feeling gassy, but I just said, "Oh, it's just gassy." But then I don't know why. It just as closer as I got, I started feeling pain, but it wasn't like gas pain. It was or in my stomach. Like it was outside and I'm like, this is a different type of pain.
Mm-hmm.
And the game kept going on and it was just unbearable and I had to tell Cotton, I'm like, hey, it's okay if I can walk out because I do not feel good. Like I am about to cry. Like I'm hurting bad.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just like, yeah, just walk out over there. And I just walked and yeah, well, it wasn't feeling good. And during, I think, halftime, he kept just joking around saying, what, do you got to poop and whatever. And after
You're
the
like,
game,
oh.
yeah, I'm like, no, I know what I need to. I don't need to right now. And then after the game, I went home and I showed my mom. I'm like, hey, it's hurting really bad right here. And she's like, it's inflamed. I'm gonna take you to the hospital. And yeah, I went there. The doctor's like, hey, good thing you came today because if you arrived any time later, your appendix would have exploded. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, fun. And yeah, I just went through the whole procedure. I was out for like 2 days and I came back to school.
Dang.
But it sucked. Like
I
it sucked having
couldn't
to do
even get
stuff.
up after my procedure. I was in so much pain.
Yeah, like I was so drugged up when I looked at my cut and saw how much blood came out. I wasn't even scared. I was like, "Oh, that's a lot of blood." And I just went back to sleep.
Dang.
And like and yeah, ever since that, my brother hated Cotton because Cotton really didn't give a shit. He really didn't care that I was in the hospital.
Dang. That sucks.
Yeah, cuz
You just said that you were fine.
yeah, I'm like, "What the fuck?"
Like, go in another room and plug in my phone if that's okay.
Oh, no, you're good. You're good.
But
Because
so when I got my appendix removed, so I've had kidney stones in the past and stuff, and
mhm.
so my mom was like, "You probably just have kidney stones. Like you're probably fine." And so I just waited it out, and then it was morning, and I couldn't even like get up, and I was like, "Mom, it's bad." Well, actually, this was at 2 o'clock at night, and then I knew the night pharmacy tech at the hospital because I worked there,
Mhm.
and he's not good at his job. So I was like, I don't want
Oh
him to be my
god.
medicine. So I was like, I'm gonna wait till they do shift change and then I'll go in. And
Mhm.
so when I got to the hospital, it was like at 7 in the morning, and they're like, "Good thing you came in," like the same thing like you said. And
Mhm.
then they removed my appendix, and everybody knew me because I worked at the hospital, so that was kind of embarrassing. But
Mhm.
when I got off like the procedure and I was like on the anesthesia and stuff, I was
Mhm.
so sad. I was like crying and then I was apologizing. I was an emotional wreck. I was telling that lady, like the nurse, all my problems. So yeah.
Wasn't that fun?
Yeah. So I was like, I'm so sorry.
I mean, it sucked. It sucked having to live through that pain and barely able to walk, and they're like, you can't lift X amount of weight, and
Oh.
I gained a good amount of weight because I couldn't really like I couldn't even jog for a long time. Like I had to walk.
Yeah. I couldn't live for 6 weeks. Oh, it was the longest 6 weeks of my life.
Yeah, during PE, like I had to walk, and anything that involved more physical activity, I had to sit out, and I felt fat. I'm like, man, I feel lazy. I feel like
So you were done with
like
basketball, basically.
yeah, like I was still on the team, uh, but I was more of just like just kind of just there, the bench warmer, just helping the fucking freshmen, not the freshmen, the junior high kids, with the waters and everything. But even then, I mean, I had to still watch how much I was carrying and
Yeah.
and whatnot, and yeah. After that, I think after my sophomore year, I still stuck to basketball, but I kind of wasn't really too much fond of it because of
Yeah. Because of
mainly
freshman
because
year.
of cotton. Mainly
Dang.
because of cotton, but
Yeah. I just know whenever we played you guys, like, so I went to school in Banner County for my first 2 years,
mhm,
and then I transferred to Morrill my sophomore, junior, and senior year.
mhm.
But anyways, at Morrill, if we lost to you, we would be in so much trouble. It was so bad.
Really?
Yeah.
Because
Like one time,
Banner County,
our
was it
whole
like was it one of those like, okay, I mean, because
yeah.
with us with Banner County, with any sport, if we lost to Banner County, we're like, we need some work to do. If you lose to Banner County,
Yeah, I don't
there's
play in
some
that
work.
school anymore. I don't play in that school. Oh gosh, it was brutal. But anyways, at Morrill, we lost you because we were all sick in basketball, and the next day we were all sick. The next day, our coach had us run like till we puked even more, and I was like, good times. I loved it though. I love basketball so much.
I didn't mind basketball, but I don't know. I mean, I guess just for my size and my height, I mean, just man, I wasn't good at it. But I mean, for moral, I mean, Cotton just had that mindset of, we can beat anyone if you put your mind to it, which I mean is true. But just like anything, you make those small mistakes, and that costs you the game. And so, I
Yeah.
mean, when
Did you go to school with my cousins when they were there? Yeah.
yep. Wait, who's your cousins again? Was it like fuck? I know she dated Ephraim, Cheyenne.
Yeah, Cheyenne, Greg, Brandon.
Greg. And it's weird because obviously, again, they all went to Banner County, just like you. And and it's funny because for football, oh, were they racist? We're like Brandon and Talon, racist as hell, and we know it because
Yeah.
they'd say it to our faces. Oh, were they
Yeah.
racist? And then they moved to
Gotta love.
military, and bam, we were just best friends. Everyone was there, was best friends.
Mhm.
Same with James Sandberg. Oh, was he was worse out of all of them.
Wait,
And hmm?
worse as in what?
James Sandberg?
Like
Oh,
racist
worse than
wise?
like Talon and Brandon. When it
Oh.
came to racism, like it was bad.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
I don't know if I'm supposed to talk about this on here. James, if you're listening, I'm sorry. But he got
he
suspended.
won't.
He got suspended for basketball for um making a racist comment.
What do you say? And don't worry, I don't blur anything out. I don't give a shit what happens. To the
I
four
really
listeners, you're good.
before listeners, please don't repeat this. I
Exactly.
think he said something about like this black person and cotton. I don't know. I don't really know the full
Oh,
racist.
I think I remember that.
Yeah.
I
But
think I remember that.
they didn't have enough people, so they had to start him, and then they pulled him out, and then played with 4 people the rest of the game. for basketball.
Was
Like,
it
oh my
was it
God.
against Sioux County?
I don't remember.
Because I know Sioux County, out of all the schools, Sioux County was the only one that had one black kid.
We had a black kid.
Jordan Burr.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I would say it's. I think I
Probably.
remember hearing that.
Oh man, I have beef with Sioux County though. No, I'm just kidding.
Really?
I got a concussion my junior year of playing basketball, and it like took me out my whole senior year.
Holy crap!
Yeah, because I was like brain dead. It's fine.
Didn't you have multiple concussions?
Yeah, I had multiple, and then once I got this one, like I was done. I had to like stop going to school for 2 months, and then I had to go back to therapy and learn how to redo stuff, and it was stupid. I'm a little bit smarter and more normal, but not really.
Redo stuff?
Like I had to learn how to like remember and memory like cognitive tasks and stuff.
Damn, it was that bad?
Yeah. And
Oh
apparently
my.
my teachers were like, you were a completely different person once you got your concussion. Like you didn't talk to anybody, you were super out of it. And I was like, what? I don't remember that. And they're like, yeah, you're not gonna remember that. You had a concussion. And I was like, oh, okay, fair enough.
Holy shit. Damn.
All because we used to be friends too, and we still are, but like this girl just did a stupid foul. Or stupid charge. Yeah, stupid charge.
No, it wasn't from Minute, right?
No, it's from Sioux County.
Sioux County.
Yeah.
They did not like us. Sioux County hated us.
Yeah, they didn't really like anybody, so.
Yeah, well, especially my senior year for football, when we went 7-2, yeah, we did not. A lot of that. Hay Springs was our opponents. They hated us.
Yeah.
They hated us. Even the other schools that we'd go against, they hated us. And then when it came to volleyball, no hate to their volleyball girls. Um, like when our volleyball girls would lose, and the other team was like, "Oh yeah, blah blah blah," the shit talking like normal. Um, you know, we see some of the dudes act tough as shit. I'm like, bro, chillax. You're 5'5", and you're a freshman, and you got no meat on you. Relax. Like,
Like from the
it's
other team or your team?
from the other team.
Oh.
Yeah, and when I graduated, I kind of missed it. I'm like, damn, high school, like it's finally growing up, like how they say. And yeah, life hits you like a truck. I'll tell you that.
It does.
Anything you do in high
Yeah.
school does not matter.
No. And people like that peak in high school, they're like, what do I do now?
And that's why most people already know his name. I don't want to say his name blatantly, but you probably know what happened with the whole our star football player creating the whole sexual assault thing, and it was
Yeah.
it was shared a lot because everyone knew about that, and
Yeah.
like
I know
him,
exactly.
yeah,
what you're
like
talking
him. I mean, he knew football. It did not go. I heard it did not go well at Shadron. Like I heard it. He was just. It wasn't his grades, but it was his act on the field. It was just not going well.
about.
And yeah, that's kind of the only thing he's gonna be remembered at. Oh, not just that, not just football. That ruined, like, honestly, that ruined his the hell you
Reputation.
call it, reputation. That ruined it bad.
Yeah. Yeah. It did.
Especially for
'Cause,
how
like,
high his name was.
I
That
didn't even go to military, and I knew about it.
I say I've when I was seeing a lot of the comments, a lot of the people that were commenting, I either knew them either because of other people, of, oh, I know this person from Gearing because my cousin knows them, or whatever, and even they were commenting, and I'm like, holy shit, everyone's commenting their experiences. I'm like, oh my god, like that's kind of sad and
Yeah,
scary.
I know. And it's kind of scary when it's like someone you think is like a friend and that you know well, and yeah, I don't know.
But I didn't mind him like as a friend, but like I told, I know you don't know Caleb, but when I told him, not the Caleb Gonzalez, it's a different Caleb. Um,
I don't
he-
know. I know a lot of people.
oh well,
Maybe not.
no,
Keep going.
no, I don't think you know him because he wasn't in any sports, so I don't think you've seen him.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't think you know. And but when I was talking to him, um, uh, I was telling him how much I want to get. Oh, I just said the name. I'll blur it out. About 59 minutes and a half. Okay, I'll have to remind myself. Um, I want to.
5507.
There you
We're
go.
on.
I want to get him on the podcast, but I don't know how well that'll take it. Cause I mean, I'll own up to it. I did kind of shit talk a little.
Yeah.
I I commented. He needed we needed Chris Hansen here or something about Chris Hansen. I commented, and I'm like, yeah. I mean, it's sad for him to see again a lot of his that he thought were friends commenting that, but in a way, I kind of saw it. I mean, how he acted creepily. Um,
Yeah. Yeah.
eh,
It's like something you don't notice until it's like brought out into the public kind of thing.
you're like I knew it, but I didn't think that happened.
Yeah. You like
Um,
to give people the benefit of the doubt, which I do all the time.
mhm. Uh, And who I felt the worst for was obviously Cheyenne, because I'm like, 'cause we would see what would happen in school, like we'd see how how he was, and I'm like, imagine your ex getting caught like that. Just I know obviously she probably didn't give a shit about him. I mean, she was with her boyfriend, which sadly passed away. But at the time, just imagine how she felt like. Maybe like a relief, like they finally caught him.
Yeah.
But then he's out and about. He's free. And I'm like, how? How did that happen?
I know.
Um,
The justice system is a little bit different. That's all I have to say.
yeah. I mean, I feel like what what let him out so easily was probably because he openly admitted to it, saying yes, that was me. Like he just admitted to everything. And I think that's what made it faster, and possibly that's what made him say, okay, well, he's not fighting, he's not arguing, he is openly admitting everything, so
Maybe they think he's open to change.
yeah. I just know his reputation's done. And plus I don't want to get sued if I do get him, and because the only reason why he got a good lawyer was because of his family. So I'm like, I don't want to get sued because talking about it for I forgot what the word's called. So I don't want to get screwed over
Yeah. No.
because I feel like he'd probably do that. Like
Yeah.
now,
Maybe.
now how it is, I think he would, out of like pettiness, he'd say,
But
yeah,
even
no.
after this whole thing like blew up, he still messaged me. I was dating Spud and he still messaged me. Like, hey. And then I was like, dude, I have a boyfriend. Like, leave me alone.
Hmm.
And I think I blocked him. I don't remember.
I I deleted him as a friend on Facebook, and ever since that, I mean, I don't I don't talk to him.
Yeah.
But going back on the poor passing of Cheyenne's boyfriend, I know you had someone that passed away too. Of a good friend of yours passed away. I mean, was that a shocker when that happened?
Well, he was like, he's my brother, so
Oh,
not like just a good friend.
oh,
Actually, he was like
I'm
my
sorry.
okay.
I
He's
didn't
my
know. I
no,
didn't
you're
know.
good. You're good.
Oh,
He's my older cousin, but we were raised together basically. You
mm.
guys probably knew him, Garrett. He played
Garrett
sports,
who?
scrubs.
What school did he go to?
Banner County. But he's like older, so you might not know him.
How old was he when he passed?
24.
And he passed away this year, right?
2021.
2020. I was 20 at the time, so if he was 24 at the time, 25 now, so he'd be my brother's age.
Yeah.
So even if I saw him, or not even my freshman year, because my brother graduated my 8th grade year, so
Yeah.
yeah, so I guess
Yeah. Because we graduated the same year, because I was in 8th grade when he graduated high school.
yeah, so
No, it was a big shock. I didn't expect it.
I mean I didn't like obviously like read because it was just one of those I didn't know him, but I mean obviously it affected you a lot. Like if you don't mind asking, like how did he pass? Like what happened, or if you don't mind me asking.
Oh, you're good. He committed suicide using a gun.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's not pretty.
So like, I don't know if you like. There was several suicides after his. So every time someone else would do it, it just like opened my wound again.
Mm.
So
And
it's been a
he was
rough
just
last year. Like rough.
it was just a lot of like just personal situations that happened with him, or
Yeah.
just that just
Even
caused
still, I get triggered so much still about it.
like when you
But it's okay. What?
like when you like see a picture of him, or
Well, like we used to do everything together. Like I would say Garrett was like the closest person to me growing up besides my like siblings. Well, even then, like he was right there with them.
mm-hmm.
And so like he was like my best friend. We did everything. So honestly, everything I do like reminds me of him, sort of.
That's sad as shit.
Yeah, a little bit.
It's always sad when people have to go that route. I mean, when
And yeah, he was like he just got promoted as sergeant in the military, and like he has a kid, and he was like doing so good, and like he called me a week before, and he was like having issues with his ex-wife, and they were in the middle of a divorce and stuff.
mm-hmm.
But they never got divorced, so she got all the money, that bitch. Anyways, uh, he was like, Riley, I'm finally over her. Like, I think I'm gonna start dating again. And this was like a few months later, and I was like, oh, like that's awesome. And so he was like asking me for dating advice, and he was like all giddy and like happy, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah. And so then a week later, I was like, it was just horrible.
Then it's probably just went downhill from there.
Yeah.
And
But I spoke at his funeral, which was super hard, but I felt like I needed to do it. So.
yeah, because I know when I looked at your TikTok to obviously checked if you were active, is that one of your most or the most liked TikTok of yours?
I don't know. Some of them are liked a lot.
Or not viewed, I mean.
Probably.
I think
And that's the thing.
I think it was.
Feel bad for posting about that stuff, but like it's just a way I had to grieve.
Mm-hmm.
And I wasn't doing it to seek attention, but like so many people
Mm-hmm.
like responded to that, and I was like, oh, I feel bad now. But
I mean, how? Cause obviously, you know, when I messaged you about the whole mental health thing, like, how did that affect you, like, into your mental health? Like, when you saw someone that close to you, obviously, leave, and like, a part of you, was it a little bit mad at him for doing it, like knowing that he could have kept going, but because of him ending it, was there like a little bit of anger? Like, why did you do it? I knew you could go further. Or
okay, I want to say like most people's reactions to that is to be mad because they
mm-hmm,
don't understand. But
mm-hmm,
like I not like to that point, but I understand like how trashy mental health can do to like what it can do to you
mm-hmm,
and how like deep you can go to not get back up. And so like
mm-hmm,
I was never mad at him. Like I should have been because now I have to live here without my best friend
mm-hmm.
and I'll have to like do things. And if I start crying, I'm sorry. But now I have to like
No,
do
it's all
things
good.
without him. So like that's
Mm-hmm,
the one thing I'm mad about, but I'm not mad why he left. Like, I understand to an extent, and I don't know. I think it's better to just understand why and not be mad at why.
Hmm. It's always crazy, just how fascinating our human mind can get.
And I don't know, like, I feel like he's still with me every single day, and he's like, so I'm going into psychology, and I'm actually wanting to specialize in military personnel and
Hmm.
mental health. So like, he's like the reason for my living now. Like, he's the
Hmm.
reason I live. So I hate that he had to die for it, and
Hmm.
I don't think it's fair. And like, yes, I'm mad, but I don't know.
I mean,
God's still in our corner, and he's
yeah,
not suffering anymore.
yeah.
He's up living life in heaven, and
Hmm.
the only sucky part is his kid now has to live without a dad, and his mom, I can't forgive her for some reason. Still working on that.
It's very
Because
hard.
I can't, like, I'm not gonna go deep into it, but there's some things that happened in that marriage
Mm.
that shouldn't have happened.
Yeah, I mean, you don't
That
have to tell me. I
could
mean,
lead to why. No, you're good. So I'm just trying to forgive her, but I don't know if that's gonna ever happen.
yeah, I mean, it's always hard. I mean, with my side of the family, uh, you possibly already know my cousin Jackie. I mean, because of military and whatnot, and
Oh yeah.
just just a lot of family stuff that happened back in Mexico, and it kind of just separated a lot of our family, mainly our parents. My parents and aunts and whatnot kind of separated them, but just created a bunch of drama. So, I mean, I can understand like what you said of stuff that happened that it's hard for you to obviously forgive in your case her. I mean, for stuff that happened with them. I mean, it's hard for them to forgive each other and shit like that. But
Yeah.
that type of shit is hard. Like I know, like on some of your TikToks I saw, of a lot of them were you like crying because just about it's mental health and
Yeah.
uh and shit like that. Uh, I had a good question, but it went away
No, you're
about
good.
mental health. Uh, mm,
TikTok was my safe spot. Like, it's one way I could connect with Garrett by like keeping his legacy alive, sort of, even though I was sad about it. But like,
mhm.
it was a way to grieve, and it still is sometimes. So
I mean, so like obviously, I mean, you have your boyfriend and whatnot, but like when you're alone, um, yeah, that little laugh already kind of answers maybe what I was gonna ask. But just like when you're alone, do you feel alone as well, or do you feel like he is still right like by your side, or
I've actually, that's funny that you asked that because lately I've been really struggling with the aloneness and the overwhelming thoughts and stuff. And I don't want to blame my boyfriend because he's in Texas a lot for his job. So I am alone
Texas?
a lot.
Holy shit!
Yeah. So he goes there like every other month, which sucks. But good
Holy
for him. He's
shit!
making money. So he didn't know that when I moved up here. So like I'm just like in a state I don't know anybody, like still dealing with shit and stuff. And so
Wait, so you moved in with him,
yeah.
or? Oh. And he didn't know that you moved in, or no,
No,
never
no,
mind. I'm dumb. You said that he had to help you. Never.
no.
Keep
He
going. Keep
didn't know
going.
that he'd be going to Texas a lot. That's when
Yeah.
he didn't. And so like I don't want to blame him because he makes me super happy, but like still, I get super sad when I'm by myself, and it's just hard to get out of that phase. And then like
Mhm.
I still get really sad over Garrett and Chase and Chance, and so like I don't know. Sometimes my thoughts are like just too much, but I get through it.
I mean, it happens. I mean, that's how sometimes I am too. I mean, for just obviously what I want to do in the future and whatnot. I mean, I never read books. Like outside of school, I never really read a book to read, and it was I was just having just a lot of just just a lot of just mental drainage. I mean, a bunch of external factors. I mean, It's just financial hardships and weight gain and just a bunch of other stuff. And it was just all crumbling down. And I just kind of just needed like a boost. Like I need to see or read something that will kind of just help me keep getting up. And because again with the whole financial hardships, I was like, I'm never gonna get where I want to be. I'm never gonna be a millionaire by the age of 30, and just kept putting myself down until I read the book uh, called Rich Dad Poor Dad, and not only was it talking about financial stuff, but then it was just also talking about the like the mind and whatnot.
Mhm.
And it's I mean I try to apply it to everything, not just financial, but it's just more like obviously when I was down, like really down, I kept telling myself, obviously, just beating myself down. But then I once reading the book, when it was talking about, you know, how are you gonna get out of yourself in in certain type of situations, and so I kept asking myself, well, how am I gonna get out where I'm at mentally, like
Mhm.
where on how deep I am in with my mental state, how if I want to be where I want to be, if I want to live a happier life, if I want to just feel better, how am I going to get out of there? And so I started applying a lot of hows and whys to those hows. Like, why do I
Mhm.
want to get better? Like, why do I want my mental state to be better? Why do I want this? Why do I want that? And if I find the why, now it's like, okay, how am I going to get it now? And I think that
Yeah.
boost started, I guess, in a way helping me because I'm starting to like podcast. I never heard a podcast. I heard one and it was boring until one popped up on the TV, and
Yeah.
I enjoyed it, and I decided to start one. Real estate.
Mhm.
I've heard about real estate but never knew about it. A
Mhm.
video popped up on YouTube. Here I am wanting to get my license. But, as when you start something that you won't get a guaranteed check, like a monthly check or a bi-weekly whatever, it was still hitting me with this more of the financial one where it's like, well, shit, I mean, I got bills to pay, I got this, I got that.
Mhm.
I can't go on vacation during the summers because I'm gonna be worrying too much about money, and I was just kept beating myself down, but I was just applying a lot of the hows and and whatnot, like just giving me
I do
that
have
step
something to add
forward.
to that.
What?
I have something to add to what you're saying. So like
Hmm.
your mind is your worst enemy, is what I learned. But it can also be your most helpful tool. And
Mm-hmm.
so like I heard a saying where like our brains are always in autopilot, so it's constantly like bringing us down. Like that's just what we're designed to do. Like almost like a flight or fight, but like more like a our brains shutting down because we doesn't think we can handle it.
Mm-hmm.
So like someone told me that like you need to change that autopilot to like manual. You need to
Mm-hmm.
take control of the steering wheel, and like that's what you're doing by finding the why, not the
Mm-hmm.
or yeah, you're finding the why, not the how, or was it the opposite? I don't know.
Well,
Anyways, you're finding more details about like what you're why you're thinking like that, and that's a good
mhm.
step.
And with uh and I mean with all of that too, um because usually the why is when you wanna do something, and someone else may ask you why do you want to do it, and it all comes down to an insecurity or shit like that. And that's where you start finding the hows on on how you can do it, and
Yeah.
whatnot. And this other book that more of an audiobook because
Mhm.
I don't want to spend $25 on a book.
Yeah, fair enough.
I got it for free, so I said if I can find it for free, I'll get it for free. But anywho, it was talking about a lot about the Matrix. I mean, about how you just how the Matrix is. I mean, the Matrix is you. You can, in a way. I mean, I know stuff happens that is out of your control, obviously, but it's how
Mhm.
you. It's how you control your Matrix. It's how you control your outcome, because you can be that person where whatever happened externally, that's the blame. Like, oh, all this happened, that's why
Yeah.
I'm a drug addict, instead of taking that and saying I don't want that.
Yeah. You're
Like
in
someone
control.
like if someone's health was bad, look at why was it bad. Oh, they were very overweight. I'm scared of that. You can, like, right now I'm overweight and I'm like, I don't want to have those heart problems. I don't want to have those breathing problems. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but it's still one of those. I mean, just with anything. I mean, it's.
Yeah.
I mean, you in psychology. I mean, what was one of those big ones that you were learning that you were starting to, I guess, apply outside of class, that you were starting to realize, holy shit, like maybe I need to start doing this more, or maybe I need to, I don't know, like talk about this more, or
Yeah. I see where you're going.
yeah.
There's a lot of concepts in psychology that I like to apply to my everyday life. I just think
Mhm.
psychology as a whole is super good, even if you're not going into like it as a career. It's just good to know about your mind and brain and how it works. But
Mhm.
like, I'm trying to think of a concept.
And my brother went to psychology too, but I don't. I mean, he gave me notes. God knows where I put them. So, I mean,
No, I am just brain dead and tired after a long day of work. But let me think of something.
no, you're good.
I'm learning more about like the brain parts right now, so that's what's like flashing in my head and how like each brain part like works on a certain memory or like
Mhm.
task. But like I guess okay, so like I'm learning about like how your external factors like influence you, like family influences you in a big way, and like what you do, what you hang around, and like how that influences you.
Mhm.
But like I don't know, I think it's fascinating how like certain situations make you think a certain way. And what you were saying is like trying to learn how to free from that is like really hard because you're not used
Mhm.
to it. You're not like we're very repetitive people. So trying to make good habits and stuff like takes a lot. That does not teach you or help you in anything, but that's just something that came to my brain.
I mean, it's always good to be talk about that type of stuff. Like with one of my goals of obviously where I want to be. I know a lot of like the people in the finance say, one way that can help you see, make you want to reach that goal more is, maybe hang out at the bars where a lot of those type of people go. Maybe go golfing where a lot of those people go. Maybe rent a car. Like, with one of my dream cars is a Tesla, and over in it's not Sioux City, Council Bluffs, Iowa, they have a Tesla dealership that you can rent. No, you're not really rent, just test drive
Mhm.
Teslas, and it's like driving those, getting yourself in that type of environment will
Yeah.
help you, because if you are stuck in the I won't say like full all negative, but if you are stuck in just that environment of
Mhm.
non-breaking free, and if you want to live a different life, start going to places that more of those type of people go to, then you'll start realizing, hey, then you'll start kind of thinking like them more. That's why,
That's
I know,
right. Yeah.
that's 'cause I know I read a thing or saw a thing that said, um, whenever you're in a room, never be the dumbest one there. Not yet, never. Always be the dumbest one there, because you want to surround yourself with people who are smarter than you. Because if you surround with people that, sounds mean to say, but if you say dumber than you, that you will never learn anything, or you might go down down
Yeah.
like that, like you might learn like that. But if you become the dumbest in the room and surround yourself with people who are better than you, you start learning what they do.
Yeah.
Like, again, like what do a lot of people do? Wake up early, go to the gym for their mental health, meditation is a big one. You
Mhm.
meditate for 30 minutes, just release all that negative energy, all those negative thoughts, a bunch of shit like that.
Yeah.
And
Surround yourself with people that you want to be like. And also like that ties back into what we were talking earlier. So like if you are the smartest person in the room, that's almost like peaking in high school. Like you're not gonna want to get better because you're like ooh, this is great, what it feels like to be on top. But really, in another room next to you, there's another person that's dumb that's actually getting smarter than the smartest person in the other room.
Mm-hmm. That's uh I know it. I know because it's a podcast that I'm also listening to. I mean, Andrew Schultz. I mean, he's a comedian, but I mean, comedians are the ones that hide their trauma with comedy, obviously.
Yeah.
And Mr. Beast is on there, and he says something about being dumb until you're smart or something. Kind of the same thing that I applied. I mean, they were talking about like YouTube, like views, like the analytics and whatnot. But he says, like when you have 5 views on a video, people think you're dumb because it's not going. Add 5 more zeros, now people think you're smart. And I mean, I know it has nothing to do with like kind of what we're talking about, but I mean, how
Mindset.
when just the mindset, like when I was hearing it, I was like, I mean, it's just like anything when you think about it. I mean, people are gonna doubt you because again, like the 4 plays that I get, people might not want to be on it because they're like you're a nobody until you add 4 or 5 more zeros, then it's like, oh,
Yeah, and
I
those
want I
people
want to
that
be.
get to the 4 zeros, they were in your spot or my spot as a CNA. Like, I'm not a psychologist yet. They're in our
Mm-hmm.
shoes at one point in time, but they were the ones that decided to keep going up. Like, other
Power
people might just quit and they never get to see that. And then
the
they're the
power
ones that also make fun of people. So it's like, what the heck?
the power of consistency. Got to be
Yeah.
consistent. It's just, I mean, it's like with the gym.
I
You don't see results your first day you go. You got to be consistent,
That's
and that's
funny because consistency is like my favorite word. Like,
I mean that's what it can. Because if you have the power of manifestation and then consistency, because that's also another thing. I mean, as corny as this line is of the guy who founded Disney, when he said, "If you Walt Disney, if you can dream it, you can do it."
yeah.
I'm done. I'm dumb, okay? But
No,
when he says if
no,
you can dream it,
yeah,
you can do
dumb.
it.
It's okay.
Okay.
I can hear you.
Yeah. And I mean
No,
that
I'm
applies.
saying be dumb because what we're talking
Oh,
about. Anyway, continue.
okay, I guess. But that ties into the power manifestation. If you can dream yourself doing those things, that tells you that you can do it. I mean,
Yeah.
with
You
whatever
are.
you want to do.
You can only. You know your limits. Like, or no. How does that go? I don't know. What I'm trying to say is you control your limits. You know what you can do. You know how far you can go.
Like
Sometimes you need a boost
mhm.
to know that, but
Like this.
okay.
What?
No, keep going.
Oh, again with this book that I read, it's called the Power of One More, and again they were talking. He's describing that as as temperature, like you have your temperature set at a specified temperature, like let's say 75 degrees. That is your set temperature. Whenever you hit that threshold, that is your temperature. Like that's where you are comfortable. Because just like with anything, if you're in a room and you like the room at a comfortable temperature, that's your life. You are comfortable at that temperature, and if you see how it is and you don't want to be there, and if you try to shoot for more, but your temperature is still set at that bar, you're always going to keep going back to that set temperature. You have to change your temperature in order to stay. I mean, where you want to be. I mean, and no,
Goodbye.
I read and pay attention to a lot of that type of stuff because again, where I was at badly, like where I was at mentally, like really mentally struggling, I had to find ways
Yeah.
and kind of look into that stuff and say, okay, what can I do and what are ways that I can speak to myself that can help me and I mean I look into a lot of that type of shit. I mean,
No, I do too. I love like analogies, like what you're saying. Like I love that stuff
hmm
because I
like,
can actually apply it to my own life. And
mhm. It always fascinates you because someone might have a different analogy, and you realize, you know what, that's true. Like you think about it, you're like, holy shit, that's true. Or someone might be someone that you randomly talk to might be going through the same shit that you're going through, and they're the way they're coping, or like their analogy, like you speak and they're like, oh, that's the same way that I think. I mean, I do this, and you're like, oh my god,
Yeah.
I never thought about that. I mean,
It's
that's
crazy. Like if you're open to other people's like opinions and like how like you said their coping mechanisms, like that just puts you so much up farther of healing
hmm
and stuff. If you are
hmm
willing to try out what they do. It might
hmm
not necessarily work, but just being open.
I mean, it's always good to listen too. I mean,
Hmm.
because I don't know if you've probably have heard I've heard the saying as well of hurt people, and so
Yeah.
when people are hurt, they're gonna keep hurting people, and it's always sad because I mean, someone who can be a bitch is a bitch for a reason. It's because
Yeah,
shit happened to
absolutely.
them,
You
and
just
you
have to
want to,
open. Yeah.
yeah, like you
Open.
want to talk to them about that. You wanna, you want to help them, but some people just there's just they don't want to talk. They don't want help, which is very hard. I mean, I'm like that too. I don't. It's hard for me to ask for help, and I mean, again, that's where the mental health comes in because they're not asking for help, and and
Yeah.
they struggle.
That's, it's hard because like people that don't ask for help, like for instance, my cousin was like the happiest person in the room. He was always the one trying to help other people, and like he would never ask for help. But like just being a person that can read into that kind of stuff, that's like what I want to do. I want to be able to read into people that are too scared to open up and like just share that we're like not the same, but like I can relate to you kind of in
hmm
a way. Like it's okay to open up because not that I know what you're going through, but like I can be there for you. I can listen and
hmm And that's all. And you always need to find someone that listens because if you find someone that's gonna keep blocking you out, like you want to talk, and they tell you talk too much, like you talk a lot, or they just kind of just keep trying to back you out. It's then you're like, well, that's where a lot of people, you know, then say, I asked for help, I didn't get help, so that's why I don't ask for help.
mm-hmm.
And I mean, and in a way, I mean, I again, that has happened to me before. I mean, I talk a lot, as you may guess. That's why I started a podcast because I talk a lot. Um, but I mean, I've had people say, you talk a lot, or just completely change the topic, and I'm like, oh, fuck whatever I had to say, right?
But
And
don't change. Like what I'm saying is, don't change yourself because someone doesn't like it.
oh, I mean, I know that. I mean, that's
Yeah. Like if you want to talk a lot, talk a lot. That's so fun. But like you said,
fuck.
find someone that's willing to listen.
That's that's that negative energy you always wanna because
Mm-hmm.
because even with someone who like even a coworker talks to you and just like completely talks to you and you listen, that I mean they appreciate it because then you could see them, just you can see them light up. I mean that
Yeah.
it's you always got to feel surround, just like in their end they need to surround themselves with people that that are willing to listen, and you're there to listen, and and they appreciate
Mm-hmm.
that. I mean, especially when it's like dark shit, like what of like suicide and shit like that. I mean, stuff
Mm-hmm.
like that is hard
They just
to
need to know one person will listen.
yeah, and it's hard. I mean, even if you are that one person to listen, and when you listen to them, and let's say you went through the same exact thing, and you got out of it, you're like, but you always like you whatever worked for you may not work for them because everyone's different. So you
Yeah.
may say, "Oh, I did this," because I know you go to the gym a lot. So you're like, "I went to the gym. I mean, that helped me a lot, and I did this and this and this." They might say, "Well, I don't want the gym. I don't like the gym. I don't want to meditate. Like because meditation is this and this and this, and they don't want to do a lot of stuff." And you're like, "Well, fuck, I just don't know what to do now." I mean, but you want to be there for them,
Mm-hmm.
and I mean, it's
Yeah.
always
It's
just
hard.
Well, shit like this always fascinates me, and hearing it from other people, like with the podcast, it always just makes you think, oh shit, that's true, or
Hmm.
you know,
Yeah.
or other shit.
But my stomach is starting to growl.
I mean, my girlfriend, she was texting me wondering why I'm ignoring her texts.
Well,
Which
I did
she'll see
appreciate
this.
you. I did appreciate you asking me. It means a lot.
Oh, of course, of course, of course. Well, because I was like, I need to get someone because, because I post, well, I've been changing up a lot of the scheduling and
I
whatnot,
kind of like
but
looked on how you do it, but
yeah, I mean, I've been changing the scheduling here and there, but I'm like, people can only hear me talk like as a solo episode for so long until it's like, oh, it's another episode of him, and like, and so I'm just trying to get people. So this will be out Sunday, uh, 11 my time, so 10 your time. Again, I changed times again. Before it used to be 10, 9 for you, but just trying to change some shit around. Um,
mhm.
it'll be everywhere: YouTube, Spotify, Apple
Dang.
Podcast, Pandora, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, everywhere. So you can listen to
Cool.
it everywhere.
All
Uh,
right.
you can rewatch the the video if you want. Uh,
Uh,
I'll t- I'll tag you when I post it. I'll tag you so it can, so you get the message, the notification that
Perfect.
that it went through and whatnot. But do you want to do the closing? Do you want to any inspirational words from our dear psychologist?
Oh, um, to any of the listeners listening, I say if you do need help and you do feel sad and you do feel down, like I know it's hard to reach out, but just reach out. And like you'd be surprised people are so willing to listen most of the time. But I'm just saying like reach out. That's all I'm asking.
In the description, I'll probably put the national hotline, the number. I mean, that's
Mm-hmm.
what I do. I mean, that's what I did for mental health day. I also put the number down and shit like
Mm-hmm.
that, just in case, again, anyone hears it,
Yeah.
they know. I mean,
Yeah,
yeah,
no, like I don't know. Life is so hard. It is like it's stupid hard. But the fact that like so many people are willing to listen and help, you would be so surprised. Like I don't know. People don't
yes,
realize that until they're gone, and that's
yeah.
the shitty part about it.
And it's always worse when you want to help someone and they're the ones that take their life, and then that goes back to you because then you feel like you didn't do enough,
Oh
and
yeah,
then
like
then
I
now that beats you down, and now you are getting deeper in that hole, and
that
then
leads to
someone else needs to
yeah.
come.
That leads to another closing thought. I'm sorry. But if
Oh, you're
you
good.
are that person on that situation where someone does commit suicide and you were there for them as much as you could, don't blame yourself. Like, it's so easy to blame yourself. I blame myself all the time. But, like, things happen for a reason, sadly. And all we can do is, like, learn and take from that and cherish those memories. And, like, I don't know. Just don't blame yourself, is another thing for the other people listening.
There you go. Nice
All right.
closing. Nice closing. But yeah,
Yeah.
again, like I said, I'll put it out Sunday, and you can hear it any if you ever want to hear it, you can hear it on
Perfect.
any of those.
I enjoyed
And
talking to you.
joy talking to you too. And I gotta remember about like 59. Well, from my end, because I know when you joined it was recording, but for me it's different. Um, so for me, the time frame was about, I think, close to 59 minutes, 20 seconds that I need to look at to bleep out a name just in case. I mean, for
Even
safety,
though, yeah, yeah,
just for safety. But
respect.
exactly. But all right, well, you have a
I'll
good
see
one.
you.
Say hi to Spud for me if he doesn't
I
know
will.
me.
I'll
Say
let him.
he's my coworker. But all right,
Homie
peace, deuces.
OG.
OG, you're one of the OGs. There you go.
Mhm. All right. I'll
OG
see you,
OG
bud.
Rye. Rye bread.
Yeah.
I'll call you rye bread. There you go.
That's funny because that's what my OG nickname was. But anyways,
Hey,
I
look
love
at
it.
that. There you
Hey,
go.
all right. Have a good
All
night.
right.
See
Peace,
ya.
peace. See ya.
Bye.